Hello, and welcome to GRE Vocab Wednesdays. And this is Chris Magoosh. As you'll notice, things have changed a little bit behind me, and I'm now in a new place, my new recording studio. And the lighting, as you can tell, is much, much better, so that's pretty awesome. The theme today, though, isn't necessarily words about new offices, new studios, better lighting, but words about talking. How people can talk. Different ways they can talk. And I could go on and on here about my studio, and how it's got nice white walls, and in essence I would be maundering. Maunder. Seems the lighting isn't that much good. I mean, my face is brighter, but the maunder didn't come out too well. But that's M-A-U-N-D-E-R, so maybe we'll have to work on the lighting issues. What does maunder mean? It means to chatter away, to talk idly, and I'm kind of maundering away right now. So I'm going to stop maundering, and I'm going to move on to a more colorful word. And hopefully it comes out a little bit better. Pontificate. So imagine this is my Pope's hat. By the way, Pope's hat, there it is, Pope's hat. Pope's hat is called a mitre. M-I-T-E-R or R-E, depending on the British spelling. And this word pontiff comes from Pope, or the Pope. So if one pontificates, they speak the way the Pope would. Now here's the interesting part of this word, is the connotation. What does that mean? I speak in a very holy manner. To pontificate means to speak in a very dogmatic or opinionated manner. To say, this is what I think about X, Y, and Z. And people who pontificate are oftentimes a little bit obnoxious and annoying. And so I don't just want to necessarily pontificate anymore on the definition of pontificate, but maybe a little parting thought is the idea that at some point there was a pope who obviously kind of talked on in a dogmatic fashion, and hence we got the association with pontiff, which again means pope. Now we come to the more sinister, prevaricate. And again, lighting issues will have to be corrected. But people can see this, I'm hoping. And why it's an important word. Prevaricate has nothing to do with vary, or to change something before. That's where roots would probably break down. Prevaricate actually means to lie, to evade telling the truth. Politicians prevaricate. I'm going to probably show everybody prevaricates to some extent or other. But if you've ever seen a news conference and one of the journalists asks a clearly pointed question, instead of answering that question, the politician will somehow sidestep it and give a different answer. And that is an example of prevarication, which is the noun form of to prevaricate. Finally, and I'm trying a new color here, which is green. Green, ooh, that looks pretty good. Equivocate. What does equivocate mean? To equivocate means to be intentionally ambiguous. So if someone asks you maybe a pointed question, what were you doing last night? You'd say, at what time? At midnight. I was out and about. See, I'm being purposely cryptic or ambiguous, and that's what equivocating means. You're not answering something directly, and in essence, you're evading the truth and lying or prevaricating. And just like that, we have our talking words. Next week, we will, of course, have a new theme, and I hope to make sure that the words jump out of the boards and don't look like this. But don't worry, this is no tripping play with your eyes. It's simply a blank board. But next week, we will have bright, bold words, and maybe that will be the theme, big and bold. I'll see you then. In the meantime, check us out at gre.magoosh.com.